Looking to get certified in Google Analytics? Want to prepare for the Google Analytics exam? You're in the right place. In this video, you'll learn all about GA4 Google Analytics 4 certification. We'll cover tips to study for the Google Analytics certification exam. We'll explore the topics covered in the exam, and we'll run through some trial questions so you're prepared and ready to get certified. To become certified, you need to pass the Google Analytics certification exam. So let's start with a summary of the exam. The exam is free to take, and I'll show you how to take the exam in a moment. You will be asked 50 questions when you take the exam. You have 75 minutes to answer all of the questions. And if you get 80% of the questions correct, then you will receive your certificate and be certified in GA4. All of the questions are multiple choice, so take your time to read each question carefully and then pick the best possible answer from the available options. The questions cover a mix of topics, covering things like which reports you should use for particular situations, how data is collected, configuration options, and more. If you don't pass the exam the first time, you can retake the exam again after waiting 1 day. Once you've passed the exam, your certification is valid for 12 months. And to maintain your certification, you'll need to retake the exam before it expires. You will receive a certificate and a badge once you're certified. I'll show you how to get your certificate and badge in a moment. Now that we've covered the basics of what's included in the certification exam, you're probably wondering how to study for the exam. So here are my top tips. My first tip is to complete Google's training modules in Skillshop. It's recommended that you take the following modules. Get started using Google Analytics. This module covers how Google Analytics works, how to set up your account, and the basics of how data appears in your reports. Use Google Analytics to meet your business objectives. This module covers how to navigate the interface and the basics of understanding the reports. Measure your marketing with Google Analytics. This module covers setting up conversions, creating audiences, and reports you can use to understand the performance of your marketing. It also touches on machine learning and attribution models. And go further with your Google Analytics data. This module covers how you can customize data in your reports, including data collection, modifying events, and creating new events in the interface. It covers more advanced options like user ID and data import, and it also outlines some of the features available in Analytics 360, which is the enterprise version of Google Analytics. So I recommend taking these training modules in Google's Skillshop. My second tip is to explore Google's demo property. This lets you access the standard pre-configured reports and create your own exploration reports using data provided by Google. It's an excellent way to get to know GA4 and explore the reports in detail. It's also helpful for understanding the different dimensions and metrics available, the types of events you can collect, and more. And while you can't modify the settings or configuration options in the demo property, you can see details about how most things have been configured, which is also helpful. My third tip is to check out my courses. I have free and paid courses that are designed to give you practical skills and knowledge that you can apply to your own GA4 properties or your clients' GA4 properties. And while I do focus on practical skills, you'll find lots of the lessons and tips we cover will help you pass Google's certification exam too. And my fourth and final tip is to check out all of my extra GA4 resources. I have lots of tutorials right here on YouTube for you to watch, and articles on my blog. I've included links to a selection of these in the description below this video. When you take the exam, you will be asked a mix of technical and strategic questions relating to GA4. You might find some questions are trickier than others, so let's look at some practice questions. The first question is, which of the following represents the hierarchy of data in Google Analytics? Is the answer A, event user session, B, event session user, C, user event session, Or D, event session event? What do you think is the correct answer? The correct answer is B. Events are combined into sessions, and then sessions are combined into users. The next practice question is, to understand the pages people view first when they land on your website, you use the landing pages report. In this report, what is a landing page? Is the answer A, a metric, B, a user, C, a dimension, or D, an event? What do you think? The correct answer is C. Landing page is a dimension in the report. Next up, an event is used on your website to track when people click to download a file. Which of the following is an example of a parameter sent with the event? Is the answer A, the name of the file that was downloaded, B, how many sessions included a download event, C, how many users clicked to download a file, or D, the device used to download the file? What do you think the correct answer is? It's A, the name of the file that was downloaded. This is an example of an event parameter. The next practice question is, what is the default attribution model applied to reports in Google Analytics 4? Is the answer A, data-driven, B, last click, C, Google paid channels last click, or D, time decay? And the correct answer is A. GA4 uses the data-driven attribution model by default. And the final practice question is, what does a roll-up property in Analytics 360 let you do? Is the correct answer A. It lets you view data for a segment of your overall traffic. B. It lets you run custom queries on data. C. It lets you access competitors' analytics reports. Or D, it lets you combine data from multiple properties. What do you think? What's the correct answer? The correct answer is D. Roll-up properties in Analytics 360 let you combine data from multiple properties for a broader view of your platforms and users. So there's some examples of the types of questions you might find in the exam. If you'd like to test yourself with even more practice questions, then you can find a link to my Google Analytics exam practice questions in the description below this video. Now, you're probably wondering, how do we take the exam? The certification exam is available in Google Skills Shop. Let's take a look. We need to navigate to skillshop.exceedlms.com. I've also included a link to Google Skills Shop in the description below this video. Now let's click Login. We need to log in with our Google account. This will be the email address and password you use to access other Google products. So you'll probably use your Gmail login or Google Workspace login. If you're using Google Skills Shop for the first time, you will be asked to create a profile. Since I already have a profile, I'm taken to the home page. Now we can select Browse and choose Google Analytics. Now we select Google Analytics 4. And at the bottom we can find Google Analytics certification. We can also use the search at the top. If you decide to use the search, just make sure you select Google Analytics certification and not Google Analytics individual certification, as the individual certification is for the previous version of Google Analytics, which is Universal Analytics. Okay, let's select Google Analytics certification. You can find the study resources are links to other learning resources at the bottom of the page. When you're ready to take the exam, select Google Analytics certification. And when you're ready to take the exam, click Launch. Once you've completed the exam, you'll immediately know if you've passed or not. And once you've passed, you'll also be able to download your certificate. Or you can click on your profile photo and select My Profile. You will then see your Google Analytics certification. Let's select this. And then we can click the print icon. Another option is to get the certification on a Credible. This also gives you a Google Analytics certified badge. To do this, navigate back to your profile on Skillshop and select the option at the top that lets you get your badges on Accredible. Now you need to click Retrieve your credentials without a password and enter your email address. You will then receive an email with links to your credentials. Clicking the link for your Google Analytics certification will bring you to a page that looks like this. You can then link to this page to show you're certified. And you can also follow the steps to create an account on Accredible to download the certificate and badge. Just make sure you use the same email address you used in Google Skillshop to do this. Once you've created your account and logged in, you'll be able to access additional options. Let's take a look. You'll now be able to download a PDF copy of your certificate, download your badge, and more. So that's how you can take and pass the Google Analytics certification exam. Once you've passed the exam, you'll be able to say you're certified in Google Analytics, and you can download your certificate and badge from Accredible. It's definitely worth adding these to your LinkedIn profile and CV. If you'd like to try some more practice questions before you take the real exam, I've included a link in the description below this video. And to stay up to date and learn even more about Google Analytics, please take a moment to subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.